Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video. And that's right, a 30 plus minute video. Today's game? Oh man, you have to see it. And in today's game, I'm also gonna teach you how to play Ezreal. So in the beginning part of the video, I'm gonna explain to you how to build Ezreal. You can find timestamps in the description to skip to the gameplay immediately. And today's gameplay is an absolute banger, real banger. So okay, let's get into the build. So there is really only two, these two are the first two items that you're always gonna go on Ezreal. It's pretty easy to build Ezreal, so let's get into it. Man Immune, first item. You start with a Sapphire Crystal, and in the gameplay video, I'll show you how you can really stack it very quickly. Because the whole point of Mana Immune is getting a Muramana as fast as you can. So yeah, I'll more on that during the gameplay part of the video. So again, make sure you start with a Sapphire Crystal. This is absolutely necessary on Ezreal. After the Mana Immune, you go for Trinity Force. And the first item you're gonna build is a Sheen. Sheen procs with your first ability, so your first ability is going to deal an incredible amount of damage because of the Sheen. So make sure that after the Mana Immune, you get a Sheen. By the way, you have to get Mana Immune before the first dragon. You have to. It's so easy to get it. Like, look at how cheap this item is. Actually, it doesn't even show how cheap it is. It's like, Jesus, are you kidding me? Okay, it's just very cheap. Here, 2,700 gold. 2,700 gold. It's literally the cheapest item, so you have to get it before the first dragon. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to Non0200. Thank you so much for donating to the channel, man. I appreciate it a lot, dude. Thank you. Okay, about the boots. So there's really two boots that you can go for, and it depends on which rune you use. Let me tell you real quick. So as your second rune, you can either go for Gathering Storm or, where is it? Hunter Vampirism. If you go for Gathering Storm, you have to get these boots, the Glutinous Greaves. You have to get them for the lifesteal. If you go for Hunter Vampirism, you can choose to go for Ionian Boots of Lucidity because you already have a lot of lifesteal. So that's how you decide which boots you go for, guys. So, I go for Gathering Storm, more on that later, on which one you should choose. And then I go for the Glutinous Greaves. And as my enchantment, Stasis. Yes. You want to get a Stasis on Ezreal. This one is going to really be nice in the mid and late game, It's just going to allow you to survive a little longer in team fights. As your third rune, Blade of the Ruined King. This one is amazing. Like, when you do basic attack first ability, you're going to deal so much damage to tanks as well because of the Blade of the Ruined King. It's an incredibly strong item on Ezreal as your third item. As your fourth item, Mortal Reminder, to get the anti-heal, to get the armor penetration. And this is the point where you become like a god. Like, this is the point where Ezreal becomes godlike. And your fifth item is going to be Death Dance. And after you get a Death Dance, you're never going to die. You're actually never going to die. Unless you get bursted down by an assassin. Let me explain why even if you get bursted down, but let me explain why you're never going to die. So with the Death Dance, let's look at how much lifesteal you have. Vampirism, sorry. So here's 10%. Here is another 10%. And here's another 8%. That is 28% physical vamp. So whenever you hit an enemy, if you deal 1000 damage, you're gonna heal up 280. And the reason that this is huge is because of the Death Stance. Death Stance is gonna delay 30% of the damage taken over the next 3 seconds. So if you just continuously fight on Ezreal with your full items, you're gonna be able to just completely heal up. So this is the item build that you wanna go for. And see, the thing is, Guardian Angel, I don't like it, but you can go for it on Ezreal. See, I just prefer Death Stance over Guardian Angel on Ezreal because it gives you way more survivability, way more. Let me talk about another item that could potentially be interesting on Ezreal. If you're against a full attack damage composition, and what I mean with full is like 0 ability power, instead of Trinity Force, you can choose to go for Iceborne Gauntlet. Now, Iceborne Gauntlet is gonna deal less damage, but it gives you 50 armor, a lot of ability haste, and of course the slow. Now, see, the reason that you would get this item is mainly because of the armor. It makes you a lot tankier against these against attack damage. Also, when you go for Iceborne Gauntlet, you want to get plated steel caps. You know, when you're against a full attack damage composition, this is going to be your build. Mana Immune, Iceborne Gauntlet, plated steel caps, and then the same. You're going to deal a little less damage, but you're going to be incredibly tanky, guys. So only against full attack damage, you build this. Okay, on to the runes. Conqueror. You know, this is the best rune on Ezreal. It's really easy to poke, stack up the Conqueror, just go for Conqueror. As your second rune, it's personal preference. Now, if you want to be strong in the mid game already, go for a Hunter Vampirism. You know, this one is going to be very nice in the mid game because you're going to be able to get those stacks, and it's also fairly decent in the late game. But if you want to be an absolute late game machine, absolute late game monster, you go for Gathering Storm. See, Gathering Storm, like, let me show you how the graphs go. How do I do it? Okay, so this finger is Gathering Storm, and this finger is Hunter Vampirism. Hunter Vampirism starts out stronger because you get attack damage and Vampirism, and it goes like this. You know, the Gathering Storm goes like this, and the Hunter Vampirism goes like this, a straight line. So take a look at this. You see how it goes? The Gathering Storm, which is this finger, is gonna catch up to the Hunter Vampirism. Like this. Hunter Vampirism is strong, but Gathering Storm is gonna get exponentially stronger in the late game. So if the game reaches like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, Gathering Storm is an absolute banger. As your third rune, I like to use Second Wind, and the reason for that is because of sustainability in the lane. See, Ezreal is quite weak in the early game, and you really, like, the Second Wind is gonna keep healing you up over and over again in your lane, thus allowing you to survive a bit longer. I want to mention another rune, by the way, which is Champion. Now, you could go for Champion rune on Ezreal, you could, but they nerfed Champion from 10% to 8%, so I don't think it's worth the risk anymore, because they also buffed Gathering Storm. So Gathering Storm is just way better right now. Like, you know, Champion is so risky to play on Ezreal now, and it doesn't even pay off that much. Like 8%, you know, it's not that much, to be honest. As my fourth rune, Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth is broken, guys. You want to go for it on Ezreal. You don't need a mana flow band. You don't, because you already have a mana immune. So go for the Sweet Tooth instead. About your spells, Flash and Barrier. So enough about this, let's get into the gameplay. And as you can see, I haven't edited the video because I decided to not put a montage in the beginning of this video, and I'm not gonna edit and render the video just to skip out this part, right? I hope you guys understand, you know, I really hope you guys understand that. So this game, oh my god, I made so many mistakes and I made so many good plays. So let's immediately talk about how to play Ezreal. As you can see, take a look at what I'm doing. Boom. Why am I shooting my first ability? Because I'm stacking the mana immune. As you can see, do you guys see the tear over there? It's at 15 now. I'm stacking up bonus mana. So what you want to do in the early game, oh, we actually got demolished by the Galio here, but what you want to do in the early game is spam your first ability, so you can stack up those stacks of the Tear of Goddess as fast as possible. Because when you have a mana immune, you need 700 stacks to upgrade it to a Mura mana. And that's where your massive power spike comes in. That is like one of the biggest Ezreal power spikes in the whole game when you get a Murama. So as you can see, you know, you can help the jungler and then go to the lane and farm. So the way that I need to play, we're against a Lulu Jinx, which is a really annoying matchup. And I want to say that the enemy Jinx was actually really good, and the Lulu was also really good. So, you know, we gotta be very careful, because the Jinx can use her rockets and her second ability to hit me. And you'll see how annoying that's gonna be in the lane. So, as you can see, I'm just trying to stay back. Like here you can see how annoying Jinx's second ability is. And, you know, they're just destroying us in the lane right now. So it's okay to get destroyed when you're playing Ezreal, especially when you have Gathering Storm, because you're just not that strong in the early game. All you want to do is focus on stacking those mana, stacking the mana, and just, you know, just laning. Get as much farm as you can, get to the late game, and that's what you want to do. So Braum is the best support for Ezreal, by the way, guys. And the reason for that is because when Braum hits his passive on the enemy, you know, the first ability or a basic attack, Ezreal can easily dive the enemy with your third ability. Another thing to note is when Braum hits an enemy with his first ability, you wanna dash to them and just hit them. The reason, wait, why? Let me know in the comments why. So what I just said is, if the Braum hits his first ability on the enemy, really try to dive them and fight them, or at least do a small trade with them. Why? Let me know in the comments before I reveal it in the video. Also, you know, I'm doing a 15 skin giveaway. All you gotta do to enter is put down a comment under this video, so might as well test your knowledge and put it in the comments. Also, give this video a like. It really supports the channel a lot, you know? Okay, so I really hope you put it in the comments. I'll reveal it later on in the video, you know? So here you can, oh, that was beautiful by the Braum. So here you can see that hitting Ezreal's first ability is actually quite hard. And that's right, guys. Hitting the first ability on Ezreal is definitely not the easiest job out there. And see, a good tip that I have for you is sometimes you can auto-aim the first ability. So let me explain. If the enemy is chasing you, oh, take a look at this. Here we're just baiting the enemy because Evelyn is here. We were baiting the enemies. Easy peasy. This was really, really smart. Like, I was baiting the enemies. I used my barrier last second and we got 2 kills. So what was I talking about? Yeah. If the enemy is chasing you, like when you're running away as an Ezreal and the enemy is chasing you, you can auto-aim your first ability. Because they're behind you, you're easily gonna hit it. Another way that you can auto-aim it is if the enemy is stunned. You know, if the enemy is stunned or rooted or charmed, auto-aim your first ability. Because it's gonna be a free hit. So these are some ways to auto-aim it, but besides that, you just have to aim it, guys. And really, I hate to say it, but this is like, you know, practice makes perfect. You know, practice definitely makes perfect with Ezreal's first ability. And I want to tell you guys, it takes quite a lot of practice, but when you do get good at it, you're gonna become an unstoppable Ezreal. When you're really good at hitting the first ability, you're unstoppable, completely unstoppable. Oh, look at how much damage. I used my flash. Easy peasy kill. Very, very clean. I followed up on the Braum, and now I'm gonna reveal to you why it's actually very important to engage when Braum uses his first ability and hits the enemy. First of all, and most importantly, Font of Life. The rune that Braum uses is Font of Life. So whenever he hits his first ability, you can just proc the Font of Life, heal yourself and heal the Braum, thus making the trade more favorable to you. Second reason is the enemy is going to be slowed and they took damage from Braum's first ability. If you manage to hit the enemy 3 more times, you can actually stun the enemy as well and completely win the trade. As you can see here, I made a mistake here and this was horrible for me. Horrible, horrible, horrible. The thing that happened there is I became overconfident, and against the Kazakhs you really cannot fight like that, because he's just gonna isolate me and the Braum and kill both of us. And here, oh, the Evelyn just secured it. Very, very beautiful. Very, very nice. So let's talk about dragons. With Ezreal, the mountain dragon is actually the most valuable dragon. When there is an Ezreal in the game, the mountain dragon is the most valuable dragon in the game. I've explained earlier why, and the reason for that is because if the enemy has mountain dragon, your first ability is going to be pretty much useless. So if the mountain dragon is up, oh, take a look at this. If the mountain dragon is up, really do everything to get it if there is an Ezreal either in your team or in the enemy team, because the mountain dragon becomes way more valuable. Like, it's actually okay to give away first turret if you just get the mountain dragon. It's so valuable, so valuable, like even more valuable than the infernal dragon, more valuable than any dragon, guys. Keep that in mind when playing Ezreal or when having an Ezreal in your team. So here at this point, you know, I'm actually pretty strong and we've killed the Jinx, so I can comfortably fight the Jinx Lulu right now. You know, we're pretty strong, but you still have to be careful of Lulu Jinx. Lulu Jinx is a devastating combination, and see, the thing is, when the Braum is around me, I should be fine. Like, as you can see, you know, I did get caught, but the Braum was around me, so I was fine. But let me explain a thing that you need to pay attention to when you're against a Lulu Jinx. When you're against a Lulu Jinx and you're alone, what they can do is Lulu can use her second ability on the Jinx, giving her bonus movement speed. Jinx can use her rockets, completely decimate you. Jinx can then use her second ability to slow you, and of course you are gonna die. You're just gonna die. You cannot escape from it. Keep that in mind. Don't get overconfident against the Jinx Lulu, and I will actually get overconfident in this game, and you'll see, you know, you'll see how hard I'm gonna get punished for it. So when against the Jinx Lulu, always be careful. Even if you're super ahead, when you're in a 1v2 situation, don't even get close to them. Don't get close to them. Trust me, guys. You're gonna get absolutely destroyed. So another thing to note on Ezreal is when you get really close to the enemy, don't actually just shoot your first ability. What you want to do is shoot your second ability and then your first ability, because you're gonna deal more damage like that, and you're gonna stack up your attack speed stacks faster. Keep that in mind. You know, when an enemy is really close to you, as I said again, use your second ability and then your first ability, because it's free. It's it's more damage. Why the hell would you not do it? Keep that in mind, guys. So the third ability is literally a flash, and about this ability, when do you want to use it offensively and when defensively? And let me tell you guys, in 80% of the cases, you're going to use it defensively. But when you reach the ultra late game, you're likely going to use it offensively. You know, when you have the death stance. Because using it defensively in the ultra late game is not really efficient, because you have a death stance. You want to continuously deal damage to heal up all the damage, you know, to keep healing up all the time. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually choosing to get a turret instead of the Rift Herald. You know, I'm like, whatever, I can just trade a turret for the Rift Herald, it's fine. Like, my team can just waste their time. And the reason that this is worth it is not only because I'm taking the turret, but also because I'm farming for free. And the enemy Jinx is missing farm. And this is so valuable, guys. See, these are the little things that people don't really understand, but are super important. And what I'm talking about is me farming right here and denying the Jinx farm. Take a look at this. Just take a look at how much gold I'm getting and how much gold the Jinx is losing. Whoa. Okay, team, okay. So as you can see here, I'm getting all the turret plates. I'm taking all the farm. Like, as you can see, I took 2 turret plates, which is another 250 gold. And all this together got me almost 2,000 gold. Like, what? How crazy is that, guys? Well, I think it was 1,500 actually, if you take into consideration how much gold I had before. But do you guys get my point here? This is how you can hyper feed yourself and starve out the enemy. Like right now, you know, if me and Jinx were like this, I just got like an insane amount of farm. Like, just take a look at how strong we are right now. But the problem here is, even though I got so fat, I didn't buy items. And as you can see, Trinity Force, I can get a Trinity Force right now, but I'm not, you know, I need to fight. But here you can see how strong, you know, here you can see how strong Ezreal starts to get throughout the mid game. And here, you know, as I said, when the enemy is close to you, use your second ability. Spam your second ability. It's incredibly important because it's free damage. I'm gonna keep repeating it to you guys. Always use your second ability if they're close to you. Let's take a look at what's gonna happen here actually. Yeah, we should just go back, you know. At this point I needed to go back and oh, here I got the Ionian boots, but I sold them and I got the glutinous greaves. Again, the reason for that is because I'm using Gathering Storm. So the lifesteal is very valuable right now for me, right? So right now I actually have 8% lifesteal, and with all the damage that I'm dealing, it's a massive power spike. Really massive. Like, these are the big power spikes. Also the red buff. You want to fight at this point. Like, when you have all these power spikes at the same time, you know, Trinity Force, glutinous greaves, and the red buff, you want to fight. You know, make use of these power spikes. When you get a new item in a game, and this is not only a tip for Ezreal, this is a tip in general. When you get a new item, it means like you got a quick little peak. You became very strong. Fight. Just take a look at how much damage I'm dealing, guys. Look at this. It's all because of these power spikes. Like, look at how much damage. But the enemy Jinx as well. Like, look at this. And this is where the game is gonna start to get incredibly intense. So here I'm getting overconfident against the Jinx Lulu. Take a look at this. Of course I die. This is what I talked about, guys. And I just became overconfident against the Jinx Lulu, and you saw how easily they killed me. Jinx double kill, Jinx triple kill. And this is horrible. The Jinx probably got like 3,000 gold there. 3,000 probably. And what does this mean? Jinx is gonna get a whole nother item. Jinx is gonna be at 3 items, and she has a Lulu. This was the biggest mistake that I made in this game. The biggest mistake. Wait, I just screwed up my phone. And I really want to stress how important it is to not make this mistake. As you can see, the Jinx, look at this again. Like here we had a very good position against the Jinx, but look at what? Look at the Jinx damage. She's just completely destroying us. Like, I cannot do anything against her at this point. Because just look at this, look. What? Oh, Jinx is 2 levels ahead of me now. I just made again, the same huge mistake. And it's funny because the Jinx hasn't even shot yet. Jinx probably has like 4,000 or 5,000 gold in her pocket right now. So Jinx is an absolute monster right now. And guys, I made these horrible mistakes. Horrible mistakes. Don't do this, guys. And here we're just having some discussions with the team, like, we need to poke before fighting them. And this is true. Because the sustain fight, even though I'm Ezreal, they have Lulu Jinx. And I can only win a fight against Lulu Jinx, the sustain fight, after minute 20 with my full build. Of course, right now we're at minute 12, so I cannot win. Because I'm not at full build yet. Like, full build Ezreal is probably stronger than any other ADC. Maybe not stronger than Vayne, but you can also beat a Vayne. So keep that in mind, guys. Only when you get your full build, you can actually fight the sustain game against Lulu Jinx. Right now, I'm actually 2 levels behind. So what should I do? Poke. And that's the power of Ezreal, guys. Poke. Your first ability has a massive range, and you can easily hit the enemy. And especially if the enemy doesn't have Mountain Dragon, it's gonna hurt so much. It's like, here, take a look at this. Like, you know, we need to poke. Here, I'm trying to poke here. As you can see, I did poke. And the Jinx is at 40% HP here. I'm full life. And this is how we want to fight. This is how we want to fight. Like, this is way better. As you can see, even though the Jinx is a bit ahead, this was really, really good of me. Like, here you can see that we're actually winning the fight because we're poking. Do you guys see how strong the poking ability of Ezreal is in the mid game? And this is really how you want to fight, guys. This is really, really how you want to fight with an Ezreal. So again, here, you gotta be careful. Lulu Jinx together, be careful. So what am I doing? I'm just poking, but you can see what? Look at this damage. Even though I was poking, it only took Jinx like 2 rockets to get me low enough to kill me with her ultimate. That's how crazy strong Lulu Jinx is, and that's how hard I screwed up this game. I really, really, really screwed up this game. I want to say that I completely threw this game. Like, we were doing fine, and then I just decided to feed the Jinx. Look, what is the Jinx doing here? What is the Jinx doing here? And the Jinx actually, like, these mistakes are the game losing mistakes. You know, I basically made 2 game losing mistakes, and then the enemy Jinx just made another game losing mistake, thus giving us a chance to make a comeback. So Baron is up, Jinx is dead, Kha'Zix is spawning, but Jinx is dead, and we have an Evelynn. Evelynn is really, really good at smiting. So what should we do? We should do the Baron. And Elder Dragon is spawn. Wait, no, it's not the Elder Dragon, right? It's the normal dragon. So here, as you can see, just casually securing with their ultimate. Kha'Zix jumped over the wall. What do? We kill the Kha'Zix. The Infernal Dragon is up as well. It should be a free dragon. You know, we should just be able to easily get the Infernal Dragon. And if we get the Infernal Dragon, all we gotta do is just get to the late game, you know, survive till the late game. And then I am gonna outskill the Jinx. If we just gotta get the Infernal Dragon here. It's very, very important actually. So the enemy Kha'Zix is dead. All we gotta worry about is Jinx ultimate. So as you can see here, I'm kind of standing in front of the dragon so the Jinx ult doesn't hit us. And we got the dragon. Now, this doesn't guarantee our win. It doesn't at all, by the way, because there's still an Elder Dragon. And it's the Elder Mountain Dragon as well. And Lulu Jinx is still super scary for me to deal with. You know, I'm level 12. And I think Jinx is level 14. I didn't pay attention closely, but I'm pretty sure that Jinx is level 14. So, you know, I gotta farm up. I gotta get level 13 at least, you know. I don't want to be super behind the Jinx. So here we got the Baron, and what we want to do is just apply pressure on the enemies. And we don't want to engage in a full fight because we have a Baron. We just want to push. Even though you get some damage boost from Baron, we're really not going to win a fight. Like here, the Jinx is level 14. But you can see how much damage my poking does to Jinx. Especially when I have the red buff. See, the thing is with red buff Ezreal is your first ability is gonna be devastating to deal with the enemy, especially with the red buff, because your red buff is gonna deal bonus through damage as well. So all you wanna do with the red buff is keep poking the enemy. You're gonna do a crazy amount of damage. And here you can see that the Lee Sin is clearly looking for a dive on me. As you can see, he did dive on me, I got caught and I screwed up. So I used stasis and I'm just spamming my abilities to run away here, and I actually did survive. So the Lee Sin is trying to go for me. I thought that I could kill the Lee Sin, but no, what did I do? Oh no, this is so horrible. We just gave them 3 kills for free. 3. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi, oi. That's horrible. This is absolutely horrible. And they can actually finish the game. Unless the Evelyn kills the Jinx. Beautiful focus by the Evelyn. She just killed the most important target in the game. Easy peasy. So here I was thinking by myself again, you know, I always tell you guys, look at the strengths and weaknesses of your composition and the enemy composition. That's how you can decide how you can win the game. Our strengths, poke damage with Ezreal. Another strength that we have is Evelyn can one-shot the enemy Jinx. These are the 2 strengths that we have. So how do you play around it? The way that you play around it is we don't engage in long fights. We only engage in long fights if the Evelyn can just get a burst, or if I poke them down. You know, if I completely poke the enemies down with my first ability, we can engage in a longer fight. So these are the 2 scenarios that we have to look for. First of all, either Evelyn just one-shots an enemy. Second scenario is I keep poking the enemies down and we fight them then. So as you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm just farming, you know. And the reason for that is because Jinx is level 15, guys. I am level 13 and Jinx is level 15. I gotta catch up. I need to farm up, and I always want to have a red buff, and I'm just making sure that my team doesn't fight here. I'm pinging them to not fight. So at this point I am incredibly strong, but the Jinx is stronger. And that's the problem here. The Jinx is just stronger, and like here you can see I'm just desperately trying to farm up, desperately. But I have a double buff now, so I can actually match up to the Jinx. So let's take a look at the fight here. Beautiful ultimate throughout their whole fight, and what am I doing? I'm just poking them, you know. I'm just Whoa, the Lee Sin damage. Just poking them, you know, killing the Kha'Zix. The Jinx is actually very low, so I could look for a fight. Not low anymore, she just healed up. Look at the damage though we have. Me and the Ziggs actually dealing a crazy amount of damage. And look at how much I'm healing, by the way, guys. Take a look at when I hit minions, how much I heal. Just take a look. Let's see if I'm gonna hit minions. It doesn't seem like it. But basically, you heal up a crazy amount. Here, take a look at this. Boom, I'm full HP. And the Elder Dragon spawned, and we have zero vision of the Elder Dragon. And look at what is gonna happen now, guys. I am backporting. Enemy has Lulu Jinx. That's right. They did the Elder Mountain Dragon. Oh my god. So now the Jinx is gonna deal true damage. And they have the Mountain Dragon. This is horrible news for me. However, they only have 1 dragon. So the Elder Dragon is only gonna do 45 true damage. But still, it's absolutely devastating. Lulu Jinx with an Elder Mountain Dragon. Like, look at their barriers. Just look at their barriers. What can I do? So poking is gonna be way harder now, as you can see. You know, I'm trying to poke them, but they are just... Oh, so close. I'm almost dead. Ooh, that was a game saver right there, guys. Me killing the Jinx right there was an absolute game saver. The fact that I didn't die there, and Evelyn just got a double kill as well, just saved the game, just like that. You know, me and the Evelyn just completely saved the game. But you can see now that if we are not careful enough, and if we don't play to our win conditions, which is either burst enemies down or poke them down, we will just get steamrolled. Like, these enemies completely steamroll us. And see, the problem here now is obviously the Mountain Dragon. But I am approaching late game, and I am level 15 Ezreal. I am almost full build. What does that mean? I am gonna be incredibly powerful. Also, I have a Gathering Storm. So if you combine all this with the Elder Dragon, not with the... If you combine all this with the red buff, that means that I can absolutely hard carry game. Take a look at the healing, just take a look. And I can get a death stance now. I can, I can get my full build. He actually almost killed the Lulu, but the Evelyn inted. And here I'm just trying to quickly sneak the red buff so the Jinx doesn't have it, and this is really, really good. Whenever you can, steal the enemy buffs, especially in the late game. Especially in the late game, because they are super valuable in the late game, guys. Keep that in mind. So here, Evelyn died, and this is really, really annoying. And oh, Braum actually went on the Jinx. And I'm fighting them, but it's so risky. Look at this. What is happening? I died. But they got low, and the Irelia actually managed to kill 2 of them. This game is just... Oh, what is happening in this game? Who's gonna win the game, guys? Who's gonna win the game? They have the Elder Dragon, and... No, the Braum died as well. What is happening, man? What is this game? The Irelia is also dead. Oh no. Oh no. I am full build though. I have my full build. So my damage is gonna be out of this world. And the Evelyn just beautifully played. Sniped the Kazakhs. Like this Evelyn has been playing out of her mind. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. The Evelyn just completely saved the game again. And the game is still going, guys. The game... Oh, oops. The game is still going. The video has been going for 31 minutes and the game is also going. So, again, we don't want to give Jinx an opportunity to get a single kill. Because if the Jinx only gets 1 kill, she's going to steamroll the team. Because a kill gives her bonus movement speed and bonus attack speed. So if she's able to get a kill, she's going to kill us all. Like, legit, she's going to kill us all. So, like, we have to coordinate really, really carefully. And, you know... Evelyn has to burst someone down. I have to poke them. That's what we have to do. Ziggs has to poke them. Exactly, yeah, we have Ziggs as well. So we do, like, we destroy them in the poking game. But the only thing is the Mountain Dragon, you know. It really hard counters our composition. So take a look at what I'm doing here, you know. Just poking. Boom, look at that rocket. That's 1 rocket from Jinx. Dealing almost 50% of my HP. 1 rocket. Here we just got the Baron, which was really, really smart. Because we have an Evelyn, you know. Evelyn can just smite it. And we're in a 4v5 situation here. What? The Ziggs just destroyed the Jinx. The Jinx is dead, guys. And if there is no Jinx, there is no threat. Even though they have the Elder Mountain Dragon, they have no Jinx. So I can absolutely... Like, they cannot kill me. There is no way that they can kill me now if there is no Jinx. So they're desperately trying to defend here. And all I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna, you know, just gonna destroy them with my damage. And we really want to finish here. We don't want to give them another chance to make a comeback. Like, the Jinx is dead. We really, really want to finish the game. 4 of them are up. But still, we really want to finish the game. Because if we don't, they... Oh no, Braum died. I'm fighting the Galio here. Of course, using my second ability whenever I can. No, use the stasis as well. But look at their base. Look at their base. Oh my god, look at this game. And just watch at how much damage I did on my Ezreal, guys. Just watch. This was such a crazy game. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. 33-minute, actually 34-minute video. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's take a look. Ziggs actually got the MVP. And I did 60,000 damage. 60,000 damage in 25 minutes on Ezreal. What? So thank you guys very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this long gameplay video. And yeah, I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.